and then it's a race to get like out of there if you haven't got the full armor on your car or any armor on your car basically. And my car's very lightly armored, so I was making a rush back for base, and I kept looking behind us and I could see the storm clouds just bubbling over, and it just looks amazing. And when the storm hits, you can't see shit. It just goes dark. There's like hurricane force winds, there's debris flying all over, and it will kill you. It will kill you eventually if you don't get the shelter. And I've just made it back to my base. So if you're a PC gamer, you can play this. I'm playing this with keyboard and mouse, and it is good fun. You've just got to get past all the shit bits, you know. I mean, Witcher 3, I've never touched that since because I couldn't get past the clunky, awful combat system in that. Whereas with this, it's not clunky, it's very fluent, and it does kind of make sense. Yes, it's basic with 3 buttons, but it's the satisfyingness of the fights. The fights are just so satisfying. In Witcher 3, I didn't find them a bit satisfying. This is much more satisfying, and Batman was just horrific with him just basically spamming the left mouse button. He leaps around like a prick. You don't even have to be in range. But with this, it's much more satisfying just watching the real type of combat. So there you go. You feel like you're surviving in the wilderness. It actually is a bit of a survival game, and yes, it's got fast travel. Yes, it's got all the kind of shite you would expect with a console game. And yes, it's in third person, which allows you to exploit like in the bases, which is why I hate third person games. You know, you can kind of see over the top of barricades, round corners, and it's just, that's why third person should not be allowed unless you're playing a naked chick with a hot ass. I mean, fair enough, you know, if you have that, but you don't. And it would be much better in first person. You can drive in first person, but you can't control Max on the ground in first person, which is a big fucking shame because it would have been so much better. But hey, £34. I picked mine up for about 27. I think I paid on Green Man Gaming. There's 40% off. There's a link in the description, which you can use if you want to go and buy it on Green Man Gaming. I'll get a little bit of commission off that as well, so if you want to support the channel, you can do that. But even if you buy it off Steam to get the perk or to get the option to refund it, it's worth a buy. I'm thumbing this up, and I know I'm going to take flack for this. People are going to say, no, Matt, it's a console port with 3-button combat. Well, play it first because it's satisfying combat. It really is. There's nothing like just punching somebody in the face and stamping on the bollocks. It's just great fun. So there you go, that's it really. It does get a bit repetitive, but like I said to you early on in the review, when you're grinding for a cause and there's a lot of things to grind for in this, it kind of makes it worth it because you get that satisfying present at the end when you get the bumper that you wanted, the engine that you wanted, the tyres, the protection, the armour, the weaponry. It's got pretty much long-term appeal for me. So there you go, that's Mad Max. I'm going to give it a thumb up because I'm enjoying the game. Simplistic as it may be, but it is really good fun. And isn't that what gaming is supposed to be? It's fun, and this is fun.
Hatred. Is it worth a man? Hatred is a violent twin-stick shooter.
No, it's not. Well, I like to call it a mouse and keyboard shooter, but I'm a purist.
In which you take the role of the antagonist fighting against the fall of humanity. Hatred fills your whole body. You're sick and tired of humanity's worthless existence. The only thing that matters to you is strawberry mason. The only thing that matters is your gun and the pure Armageddon that you want to unleash. You will go out for a hunt. You will clear the New York outskirts of all humans with cold blood. You will shoot. You will hurt. You will kill. There are no rules. There is no compassion, no mercy, no point in going back. You are the Lord of life and death now, and you have full control over the lives of
Wow, he sounds just like my fucking maths teacher at school. So this is Hatred, guys, the game that has had so much fucking controversy hurled at it that it makes you want to just vomit into a bucket. What we've got here is people making a fucking drama out of nothing. Drama queens, the lot of them. I've read so much bullshit about this game online that I just want to go and fucking buy it. No, I don't. Mac, you'll get the FBI at your fucking door. You can't say shit like that nowadays. It's not like the olden days where you can say what the fuck you want. No. They'll be round. The fucking bans. Take you away, extradite you to fucking America. You'll be doing 50 fucking thousand years with Mr. Big in his fucking cell. Bend down, motherfucker. Hit is a game where you are a psychopath and you go around murdering everyone. Women, men, no children, that's not allowed yet. But you can murder everybody else and you can execute them and you can burn them, shoot them, kick them, punch. You can do whatever you want, basically. You just have highly populated areas with coffee shops and, people just getting on with life until you arrive and then murder everybody. Then the police come and you murder them, so SWAT come and you murder them, then the army come and you murder them, you just murder everybody. And that's what this game is. It's just murder, death, kill. That's what this game is. And every level is pretty much the same. Kill 100 people here, purge the coffee shop, purge the nightclub. Just kill, 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 kill. It's like a top-downy control, which I tried with both controller and the mouse and keyboard. And I prefer the mouse and keyboard. I thought I would prefer the controller, but the problem with this is you have like an aim mode where on the mouse and keyboard it's the right mouse button. When you press it, it lowers the camera so that you can see people further away, which is vital when you want to survive in this game. So you can like shoot them like miles away. Now the problem with that I found on the controller is when you press that button, the sensitivity of the stick is so much that I was like, you'd think I'd had 50 pints of Guinness when I was trying to aim. It was just, I couldn't do it. Now, I'm awful on a controller, I'd admit that. So you lot who are very, very experienced with a controller probably have no problem with that at all. But me, forget it. But mouse and keyboard, absolutely fine. I mean, it's a bit clunky running around, but it's not game-breakingly clunky at all. I mean, I'm running around the levels fine. It's just, it's not the kind of game that you need massive precision with your controls. It's just, you're just shooting everybody, and the aiming is very, very easy. It's great. I mean, the actual controls I don't have a qualm with. I'd have much preferred this to be a first-person game. Oh, bloody alright. This first person would be fucking the best game ever. It really would. It's a shame that they've opted for this. Probably a financial thing, like, but it's the first ever game. You can just kind of imagine them. I bet they're a bunch of fucking nerds. This game's all about really fucking tough bastard. And I bet the fucking programmers are a bunch of weedy little fucking nerds with,